Welcome to the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist and Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist. We're reporting to you live from the Wave Beach Realty Studios in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. All right, guys, welcome back into the Dollars and Cents podcast. I am Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist, Wes the Economist across from me, and we are back with episode 35?
36.
36 of Quick Clips. And today we've
got a lot of material up at this point. We have a lot of content.
Yeah, over 1,000 followers now on the YouTube channel, or subscribers rather.
We have 147
videos.
Podcast up. These are just audio podcasts.
Yeah.
We're on Rumble. Rumble, we haven't seen a lot going on yet.
Yeah.
Oop, I didn't finish that one. I didn't put that one up. But yeah, we're getting there.
Moving right along.
We haven't, it hasn't been a year yet.
No.
And we started that radio show. We didn't have much podcast online, nothing on YouTube till November, wasn't it?
Sounds about
October,
right.
November.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so we've been doing the YouTube just for a little while now. So in the grand scheme of things, we're moving right along.
Yeah. It takes some podcasters 2 or 3 years.
It's a process for sure. It's definitely a process. Well, today we're going to talk about a little bit about education.
Yeah, we got on the last, when we were talking about the Little River
mass shooting.
Mass shooting? Well, I don't know what you call it. I still don't know how many people got shot. But anyway, we got on a tangent with education, and so we started down that path, and we said we'd hold it over to this one. But you asked me about privatized. Well, we started with privatized police force.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely against that because I see what's happened with privatized prisons. It's just there's not enough accountability, and there has to be what we call public goods in economics. Public good is something we think that even though it could be done in the free market, a public good is something we allow the government to tax us for, then let them do it, like roads. Mm-hmm. We could have a set of roads if it was all private. Yeah. But we would not have the roads we have now.
Right.
Which does help with economic growth. Same thing with law enforcement. You could have private security firms in all these places, but it's going to lead to a lot more corruption. Of course, when you have public police and EMT and all, you have corruption too. Yeah. But hopefully there's a mechanism in place to take them back out, which I kind of wonder lately, is that actually there? As we get into education, I'll get into that more because like these school boards across the country, it's like they don't listen to their constituents anymore. Right. And that kind of defeats the purpose. They almost think they're untouchable. Yeah. And so taking that on education is definitely one. We believe that public education is better because more people have access to it. The problem is at this point, you have so many schools failing their students. I just saw where San Francisco is going to an equity-based grading system. You know,
instead of just going away from meritocracy entirely.
Completely. And when you think about education, that's kind of scary. The whole idea is, well, these people haven't had a fair life, so we're going to make it easier for them to get better grades.
It's going to hurt them in the long run.
Exactly.
You're doing them a disservice. When you give people easy passes, because there's no easy pass in life, so when you give people from a different background, or maybe they've come from a rough neighborhood, and you're going to say, all right, well, you have a rough home life, so we're going to make it easier for you to get through school. When they get out of school, employers don't care where you came from. They're like, no. What can you do for me today? And if you're used to just kind of getting a pass, your school has done you a disservice by pushing you through.
But the educators have this idea in their head that the businesses should be the same way. Businesses should give people equity and conclusion, and they should do things to make the employees' life easier. The whole idea of why business exists is gone. I mean, there was a time when I would ask students at the beginning of the semester, gladly it went away, but I was up in Columbia teaching, and at the beginning of every semester we get into businesses and what we call a circular flow model. I say, what's a business in business to do? And like 3 or 4 semesters in a row, the first answer I got was to give me a job. Literally the thought was a business exists so I can have a job. Wow. No clue about exactly why this works the way it does. Yeah. And it goes back to my whole thing about economics. Most people don't understand basic economics.
I think a lot of people that don't own businesses don't understand what goes into it, and so they just assume, you own a business, you've already got money, right? Yeah, And people don't see the blood, sweat, and tears, and the time, and the stress, and the anxiety, and everything that goes into building a business. You see the end result always. You never see what people are doing when they're sitting in their office till 2 a.m. Working on whatever it is their craft is to build.
When
a
I owned
business.
a printing company, it was midnight, so I worked till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get a job out for the next morning.
Yeah,
but nobody sees that.
No,
and they think, but these people who are pushing this equities kind of grading and equity school and that kind of stuff, they don't understand that they're hurting the student. They think they're helping them, and then they expect whoever's next in line for that student's life to help them too.
Yeah,
and that's not how life is.
No,
I think one of the biggest problems we have in this country is we've never been in survival mode. Now we have people who live in our society that's been there, and they're different people.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about people who survive on getting stuff from the government. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about really having to survive on their own.
Yeah,
and it makes a different person.
Yeah, you can just if you look at when you have like somebody who's really successful that has kids, and they don't, maybe they're busy all the time and don't spend as much time with them. The kids just kind of pampered and given everything. They usually fail a lot more in life because they're not used to having to fail and to grind and to have to scratch and you put them out on their own and they're clueless.
And you turn them into Osama bin Laden's. I mean, that's basically why he turned into what he was. He's a rich kid who didn't have anything to do.
Yeah.
Of course, I would say the same thing about a major religion, but I don't want anybody to come kill us. So, but as they start, one of the guys who started one of the major religions in the world, again, I won't say it, same thing.
Yeah.
Just nothing to do. And that's what kids happen. It's like, have you seen that meme that says hard times create hard people, or tough people create soft times create soft people.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah, we're at soft people for sure now.
So this is usually not my stuff on when we do this, but I saw this one meme yesterday. Just it was so hilarious. It said in World War II we had 18-year-olds who had the balls to go fight in a world war. Have you seen this one?
No, but I know where it's going.
And today we have 18-year-old boys who want to cut them off.
Right. I knew that was coming. I saw that one a mile away.
It's really changed. I mean, things have changed, and people don't understand what it means to having to buck up.
Yeah, and like we have it so good here in America compared to other places that people think they're struggling that really aren't, because they haven't ever been traveled somewhere where people really struggle.
They don't understand what struggling really means.
Yeah.
And so you go back to these people who have never struggled. And I would say people who are teaching, especially people who are teaching like business and all, never run a business. I mean, to me, that just doesn't make sense. How can you teach somebody about business if you don't even understand how business runs?
Right.
It's like Bernie Sanders telling business how to run in Washington. Never owned one, AOC, never run a business, but they're going to tell you how you run your business because you're a bad business owner.
Right.
You should be pampering your employees and giving them equal pay and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just, if we continue down this road, then where do you go next? Because if you go to private education, it's going to cut education off from a lot of people. Public education does give everybody a chance to go, but how do we fix the public education system? And most states now going to the voucher system where the money follows the student.
Yeah.
And people say, well, that's going to hurt some of the poor schools. Well, yeah, it is, because they're poor schools. They will not do what they have to do to get their students ready for life.
Yeah.
They're more worried teaching some kind of gender studies than they are what 2 + 2 is.
Right. I just feel like, from a standpoint of getting a good education, I feel like if you're a private school and the teachers are making more, they have more incentive to provide a better education. So I feel like but then like you're saying, the people that can't afford that education, what do?
Yeah.
I don't know. If
and
maybe
most private schools,
unless
you get into, I'm not sure around here what they are, but like in Columbia, they have Heathwood High School, or Heathwood School. They have like Ben Lippin School. They have like these 3 major schools there where the teachers get paid really good.
Mm-hmm.
But most private schools, I've ever been around Columbia and North Carolina, and ones I know here, you don't make what you make in a public school.
Right. Because
they don't have enough people coming. You can't charge enough to pay them a fair wage.
Yeah. So I guess there's no easy solution for it.
I guess definitely the way we got.
If you had grants or something, or if you did have some kind of state education that some of the tax money went so the people that couldn't afford to go to private school could go to the private schools, and the people that make over a certain amount they have to pay. I don't know just how they do the scholarships for college if you did that for private schools, but I guess then you just end up in a. When life gets unpredictable, turn to a partner you can trust. At Bobby Clary State Farm, we've got you covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we're dedicated to providing personalized coverage that fits your needs. With our friendly and knowledgeable team, navigating your insurance options have never been easier. Visit BobbyCleary.com or call 843-438-6000. Bobby Clary State Farm, here to help life go right.
Eisenhower Dental, located at 107 Waccamaw Medical Park Drive in Conway, a place where you can find all your dental services, including general dentistry, cosmetic, restorative, and pediatric dentistry. Reach out to them today at their website, eisenhowerdental.com, or call them at 843-234-3110, 843-234-3110, and tell them Wes the Economist sent you.
Another debt scenario, but I don't know. The way it is working right now is not working, clearly. And the value of the education is just so watered down from the elementary level all the way up to college. I just don't. It is.
And I'm seeing it from when they get to a 2-year college. And I get it. I'm not getting the students that would be in a 4-year college. That's kind of the point. But basic stuff, I mean, literally basic stuff that these students don't have, it just scares me. They need more. They need to stop all the junk in high schools and middle schools and elementary schools and get back to teaching basic stuff.
Yeah. The school, public school, high school, middle school, they don't really prepare you for college, but now they kind of do, because college is, I feel like they're getting more lenient. Yeah. And so now it's becoming like just another version of high school.
It really is.
And it's like, well, what's the point? What's the point of even going then? What are you actually going to come out with that is, going to benefit you or make you better in the workforce? So, I mean, at a certain point, employers are going to not even care about degrees, certain degrees. They're going to be like, listen,
we're already
where
there.
Have you worked?
You're definitely already there. That a lot of companies are moving away from college diplomas because they're not getting anything for them.
Right.
Hopefully it'll get better.
Yeah, well. So privatized police won't work. Privatized education won't work.
Not for the masses, I don't think. But that's my opinion. And that's from a free market economist.
Yeah, but look at other federal programs. I mean...
yeah, show me a good one.
I mean, yeah, but like that's what I'm saying.
I didn't say... Now, you did not hear me say our public school is good or police forces are good.
Yeah, it's just like I don't see privatized being worse, as I get my view behind just privatize it all.
Well, you probably could get a better quality education, yes. But like I said, more people are going to lose it. If we lose that widespread literacy, then that's going to take a harder hit economics than having the what we have now. And the same thing. Because if you don't have widespread education, your workers are not going to be as apt as having the skills they need to actually go in and make a bigger difference. So one of the things we see that help free market economies is widespread education and literacy, which public education gives. Now, again, I'm not saying all public education is doing a great job right now, because it's not.
Yeah.
Patents and copyright laws, private property rights. I could go through the list of all these things that we've seen get eroded over the last 10, 20, 30 years that we're in this position.
Yeah.
And when I say public schools, I'm definitely not talking about the Department of Education. You asked me about that a while ago. Department of Education has been one of the worst things that's happened to public education.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it locally. I don't even want to see it at the state level. I want to see it back to the local
like the municipalities
and local I can't think today.
The
school districts.
Yeah.
But even then you got problems, because we said a while ago they're not listening to their constituents. I mean, they literally won't let them talk in meetings and arresting them if they say stuff wrong. I mean, it's like a little cabal going on, these little things. Everybody's got a little thing of power, and that's what they want.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the private school, the people who can't afford it, you offer them jobs to work at the school, different jobs to pay for their better schooling. They're getting a work ethic and schooling at the same time.
I wouldn't see anything wrong with that. I definitely think we can improve it. But I don't think going completely private is going to help the overall economy better.
Yeah, maybe there's like a hybrid version of that.
There's definitely something more we could do.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly. Thomas Sowell talks about when he was getting his education in Harlem. He said Harlem wasn't great back then, the place to live, but he said the education was quality education. He learned something.
Yeah.
And he says the same schools today teach nothing.
No. I'm sure it's way worse than even when I was in school. But even then, it was just like busy work to get you through. It was there was no
since
value.
COVID, there's a lot of just
I'm sure it's.
And don't get me started on all the AI stuff now. I mean, we have these learning management systems online, and we have these different textbook companies. I literally sent a letter to one of the email the other day to a textbook company and said, hey, I found an AI that will answer your quizzes and your tests without the student having to look at it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we haven't heard that. We'll do some research. I still haven't heard anything about it. Because they know good and well if it's true, their whole system is done.
Yeah.
They can't sell it. And that's a multi-billion-dollar textbook industry at this point.
Yeah.
And it's obsolete. And if we're going to do online classes, it means all online classes are obsolete.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to talk about it.
Which they're obsolete. I think they're obsolete anyway. You're not getting much value out of learning anything online unless you're watching like videos like on YouTube. You can learn a lot just from watching videos. But if you're actually learning something that way, because AI can't teach you if you're learning to do plumbing and you're watching videos online, AI can't replace that. Well, maybe one.
Well, AI can't. To me, AI is not as powerful as everybody thinks it is.
No, and the more you use AI, I feel like you're probably going to lose brains. You're literally I don't use it for really anything. Yeah. I don't even have ChatGPT downloaded. I really don't use AI. I could probably use it to like type up the public descriptions of my listings and stuff if I want. I don't use it at all for anything. I'd rather just do my own research, find my own knowledge. I don't use it for literally anything. Maybe that's going to put me behind, but
probably will some.
Yeah.
I mean, I use it for some things, but even then, I double check it and I redo it. I don't trust it for anything. But like doing research and all this, it is easier to use the research because I don't have to go through all the websites.
Yeah.
But even then, I find it hallucinating and giving me false information.
We just went dark. There we go, and we're back.
And we got some static. Which I don't think this has been working the whole time anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, got it.
I just figured out that my settings were wrong over here, but I hope the video has audio. We're going to check it after this episode to make sure. If not, we've just messed up a whole hour of our time.
Perfect.
Ready to end this one here then?
Yeah, I guess we'll just wrap up education just in case we didn't get any of it.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
All right. Are you looking to buy a home in North or South Carolina? You need to reach out to Wave Beach Realty today. We are a family-owned company with over 10 years of experience in North and South Carolina and operate along the Grand Strand. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. That's 843-957-3872.
Mortgage payment, insurance payments, credit card payments, they can be very overwhelming. Are you ready to take the time to get things under control? Then reach out to me at Clark Financial Coaching to see if we can get you started with a budget and then a vision for the future. Write me at coachwesc@gmail.com. That's coachwesc@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening to the Dollars and Cents Podcast with Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist and Wes the Economist. Don't forget to send us your topics and give us feedback at dollarscentsgs@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram and X at dollarscentsgs. You can follow us on Facebook at Dollars and Cents. Listen to us on the podcast format at Dollars and Cents Podcast, and you can also find us on YouTube at the Dollars and Cents Podcast.